Welcome to Visa Verge News, where we bring you the latest updates on immigration policies and their impact on communities across the U.S. I'm Ella, and today we're diving into an insightful report that breaks down the 3 immigrant profiles most at risk of deportation by Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or IC. And here with me, as always, is my co-host, Jack. Jack, this report really sheds light on ICE's enforcement priorities. What do you make of it?
Thanks, Ella. The data is pretty revealing, especially when you see how IC prioritizes specific groups for deportation. The report highlights 3 main profiles: undocumented immigrants, visa holders who violate their terms, and non-citizens with criminal records. These categories represent a mix of public safety concerns and immigration law compliance.
Right. Starting with undocumented immigrants, the report states they face the highest risk of detention and deportation. From what I read, this includes people who entered the U.S. without authorization and others who overstayed their visas. Jack, what stood out to you about this group?
What struck me the most is the sheer number of deportations involving undocumented immigrants from Mexico and northern Central America. Did you see that figure? 87% of interior deportations between fiscal years 2021 and 2024 came from those regions, with Mexicans alone accounting for 63%.
That's significant. It makes sense when you consider the high migration flows from those areas, but it also underscores the vulnerability of undocumented individuals already living in the U.S. About 11 million undocumented immigrants are contributing to their communities here, yet they still live under the constant threat of deportation.
Exactly, and many have been here for over a decade. The fear and insecurity they experience can ripple through entire communities. The report really drives home that these aren't isolated cases. They're part of a much larger societal fabric.
For sure. Now, moving to the second group, visa holders, these are individuals who entered legally, but later violated the terms of their visas, right?
That's right. It could involve things like working without authorization, falling out of student status, or overstaying. What happens is, once someone is no longer in compliance with their visa terms, they lose their legal status and become deportable. ICE is very active in targeting this group because it's a clear violation of immigration laws.
It's a harsh reality for some, especially if they were unaware they were out of compliance. It emphasizes how crucial it is for anyone on a temporary visa to fully understand the rules and adhere to them.
Absolutely. Noncompliance can have life-altering consequences, and it highlights the systemic challenges of navigating immigration law. But let's talk about that third group, non-citizens with criminal records. This one brings up some complex debates, doesn't it?
It really does. According to the report, 79% of ICE interior deportations from fiscal year 2021 to 2024 involved individuals with criminal records. The offenses range from DUIs to domestic violence convictions. While ICE frames these actions as protecting public safety, critics argue that some offenses might be minor or happened years ago. What's your take, Jack?
I think it's a delicate balance, Ella. Enforcing public safety is critical, but when you're dealing with green card holders or long-time residents being deported for older, lesser offenses, the human impact becomes hard to ignore. Families, including mixed-status ones with U.S. citizen members, often bear the emotional and financial fallout.
Yes, and it really raises questions about fairness and proportionality. Even for those facing removal, the fact that the immigration court system has over 3.6 million pending cases adds an extra layer of uncertainty to an already stressful process.
That backlog is staggering, and it highlights the strain on the current immigration system. For anyone affected, understanding ICE's priorities and the removal process is key to making informed decisions about their legal options. Knowledge is empowerment in this case.
Well said, Jack. To recap, ICE's deportation efforts are centered on 3 main groups: undocumented immigrants, visa holders who violate their terms, and non-citizens with criminal records. These priorities reflect the agency's focus on public safety and immigration laws, but also reveal broader challenges in enforcement and fairness.
Exactly, Ella. As immigration policies and enforcement strategies continue to evolve, staying informed is crucial for individuals, families, and communities. For listeners who want to learn more, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services website offers detailed guidance on rights and responsibilities under immigration law.
Thank you, Jack, and thank you to our listeners for joining us today. For more immigration updates, visit us at visaverge.com. Stay informed, stay inspired, and we'll see you next time.